Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
So this is the Tuesday night crit put on by the CCAP. We're racing the parking lot of Rentschler Field in Hartford, Connecticut. The last race of the season, so I'm coming into this one hoping I can get a decent result, put everything together from the previous races I've done. Just a 40-minute race tonight, so not super long. Hopefully can maintain the energy throughout and come away with a good result. Alright, here we go. This is the start of the race. Typically these races have had 2 neutral laps starting out, but not tonight. For time purposes, they set it to a 40-minute race with no neutral laps, so you can see these 2 guys in the front here went out pretty hot from the start. I just want to make sure I'm in a good position behind them, make sure no splits are happening in this first lap. With not having any neutral races, just want to make sure I can get my legs warmed up, get a good position, make sure I've got the corners figured out. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on this course, so. Finishing up lap 1 now. We've got a few more riders moving up. I have this long straightaway here with the finish line about halfway through it. It's a slight uphill. So we've got a couple riders moving up now, trying to get good positions. Kind of like myself, trying to make sure we're not having any splits, that these 2 on the front don't try to get a very early breakaway. You can see a couple other riders moving up. It's pretty much a 5-corner crit course. This corner 1 is pretty sharp. Gotta watch when you're turning, keep your pedals in the right spot. And then you've got some wind on this short straightaway here, so really have to accelerate out of that corner to stay on the wheel in front of you. If you don't carry your speed through that corner, you can really waste a lot of energy. Then we've got this right to left here, a little S-bend type of thing. And really trying to go from the outside of the corner to the inside, then back to the outside to keep the most speed. This is the second longest straightaway here. A few bumps in the road you've got to watch out for. But otherwise it's kind of just a hard pedal to this final corner. Make sure you're positioned well, watch your inside, make sure no one is dive bombing the corner there, and that's the course. So 2 laps down. I think we're going to go ahead and jump forward a few laps here, see what else is happening. Alright, so we've jumped forward to lap 11. Not a whole lot has gone on. We've got about 14 laps to go. We can see we're not really going super fast. You can see lap 2 is the fastest lap time there so far. A couple flyers went off the front. They were quickly brought back. I've slowly filtered to the back of the group. Just trying to conserve energy, stay in the wheels. We've mostly gotten rid of any of the slower riders at this point, so I'm not too worried about getting caught behind a split or anything. Most of these riders are all staying together. So I'm just conserving energy. We're about halfway through the race now, so just trying to make sure I have that energy for the second half of the race. The toughest part, like I said earlier, has just been that first corner, making sure I accelerate out of it with enough speed to hold the wheel in front of me and not waste too much energy. A lot of times there's other riders that lose the wheels in that same corner, so if you play it smart, you can pass a couple riders, move up in the group a little bit. It's just watching for those opportunities and weighing what's going to be a good opportunity versus how much energy it's going to take to execute it. Not much has happened though, so we're going to go ahead and jump forward a few more laps here. Alright, coming into lap 19, 7 laps to go. Still pretty much in the same spot I was, but I want to move forward a little bit now. You can see I'm moving up on the outside here. It's coming down near the end of the race, so I want to make sure I'm in a good position, make sure if anyone decides to go off the front that I'm there to either shut it down or follow it. Got a couple other guys moving up here as well. So now I've moved up, I just need to find a gap or a slot I can get into, get behind a wheel and get a draft so I'm not wasting too much energy. You can see on that corner, a couple riders lost the wheels, so I just accelerate a little bit, slot in behind these two front riders. It's a little further forward than I really want it to be, but I'm fairly happy with the position I'm in. We'll see what happens here. 6, 7 laps to go. It's a little early to be this far forward. You can see now those two front riders are kind of slowing down. I really want to just keep my speed up, so I go ahead and decide to do a pull on the front. This is my first pull of the race. I'll just pull through this straight section and then come off to the side and let someone else take over because I don't want to use up too much energy. At least with being on the front, I can control the speed and the pace and at least do something comfortable for me. So I pull off to the left here. I cut the corner short. And I'm just looking over to my right to see what's going to happen. And this is where pretty much the winning move of the race happens. So you can see that rider in orange goes, and he is flying. He takes a massive acceleration. We've got that rider in blue following him. No one else is really following, so I accelerate. I want to catch their wheels. This looks like a winning break right here. But they've got a lot of speed, and I waited a little bit too long. So this is going to take some work. I'm accelerating. I'm putting the power down, not really closing that gap. The guy in orange is really got some speed. There was a guy right behind me. He goes ahead and passes me. And what I really should have done, I should have gotten onto his wheel right away and let him pull me up to the front too. I let it go just a second too long, and so I didn't get his wheel. And he's putting some space in between us right now. So I'm looking over my shoulder. We've still got a good gap to the bunch that's growing. So, but right now my main goal is trying to get onto a wheel in front of me. I'm the fourth rider in the break right now, so I really want to get up and get a podium, but I need to catch one of these two riders in front of me. You can see the first rider in orange has got quite a gap up there. Then you got the second rider in blue, and then the third rider is also in orange. Second and third they've almost made a connection. And once they connect, they're going to be able to work together. And that's going to really help them get up to the guy in front, but that's also going to leave me behind because I'm just a solo rider. I can't carry as much speed as those two working together, so really I need to make this connection right now before it's too late. And so they've connected right there. The orange rider is on the wheel of the blue rider. They still haven't caught the breakaway guy in front, but they've got 3 or 4 laps to make that happen. 4 laps, so they've got some time. I am almost on their wheel. I'm so close, but I just can't make it happen. And you can see they're starting to pull that gap out again. You can see here, I look behind me, a nice gap to the rest of the bunch. But now we've skipped ahead to lap 24. We're about 1 to go now, so this is the last lap right here. I never caught the guys in front of me. The bunch hasn't caught me either, so there's the front group, it's up to 3. The 2 chasers caught the guy in the break, and then there's a gap, and then there's me, and then there's a gap, and then there's the bunch. So at this point my strategy's changed. I wasn't able to catch the chasers, so I'm just trying to stay away from the bunch. I want to hold on to this 4th place. There's no guarantee, even if I had dropped back to the bunch to save some energy, there's no guarantee I would have won the bunch sprint to hold on to a 4th place. So I'm struggling. It's a lot of work, but I just need to hold on to this position I've got and just carry it all the way to the end. I look behind me, I see a flyer from the bunch starting to close the gap to me, so it gives me a little extra motivation. I'm accelerating, just trying to finish this out. Got barely half a mile left. We're almost done here. And this is the last stretch right here. I can't put down much power, but put down what sprint I can just to get those seconds. That's pretty much it. That's the race. Not necessarily the result I wanted. I was hoping maybe everybody would stay together until the very end and go for a bunch sprint. I've been working on my sprinting ability and watching the guys in front. If I could line it up correctly, have someone lead me out, I think I could have done well in a bunch sprint there, but I just had to read the race situation, and once that breakaway went, if I was smarter and thinking faster, I would have stayed with them. Might have had a little mini sprint between the 4 of us, but I think I did the best I could with what we had, and came out of this last practice crit with a 4th place, so something I'm pretty happy about. But I am exhausted. Those last 5 laps were very difficult. Just taking a little cool down lap now, and that's that. The last practice crit of the season at Rentschler Field. Learned a lot this summer doing these practice crits, figuring out the cornering, getting better at crit racing, getting better at the strategy. My best result was 3rd a couple weeks before this race. But yeah, I think learned quite a bit and should have those strategies in my pocket for future races. The CCAP did an awesome job putting on this race series. Really, really happy for that. And I think I just have one race left, probably this season, in a couple of weeks, so I'll try to get a video up of that. If you guys like what you're watching, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time.